This is my outlook on gold for this week. Now on gold, we switch structure from bullish to bearish. So we push all the way up to this high here, push all the way up to this high. And at this zone, we drop, switch structure. So this was the last higher low. Then we switch structure, break below it. Then we make this higher low here. This lower high, sorry. From this lower high, we are dropping. Now, lower lows from lower highs to lower lows. So potentially from here, we might see a lower low, potentially, right, from this zone. So we just wait for price to retrace and give us a new lower high for we to enter. Now, just to explain everything, right? Once we switch structure, anytime we switch structure, then that is then telling you that we are moving from one trend to another trend. You get? So if we are switching structure, just like we said, the switch of structure is we breaking past the last higher low zone on a bullish trend, while on a bearish trend, we switching structure is we breaking past the last lower high zone. Now you look at the structure on this zone, you see, like, just to elaborate, right? It's simple, but I just want to, just in case someone is like a beginner, just to elaborate on it. Yeah, boom, boom. So this was a higher high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high. Then boom. Look at this. We broke below this last higher low that price made. So this was a higher low, right? We broke past it. So this is a switch of structure. Moving from making higher lows and higher highs to then breaking past the last higher low price made. You get? Then what do? We push all the way up here. Structure, that's a structure. So since you switch now, we are switching from bullish to bearish, right? So what are we going to start making? We're going to start making lower highs and lower lows, which is bearish structure. See, that is why we got this lower high here, and boom, this is an equal low, right? And potentially we might see price make a new lower low potentially. You get? So this is the structure we are seeing on the daily time frame. Now, since we know that we are now bearish, right? What we'll be looking for, we are now looking for lower high zones for which to ride the trend. Lower high zones, those are the continuation points where price usually continues the trend. Lower high zone, lower high zones, lower high zones. Now, since we are in the 4-hour time frame, the potential higher lower high zone that I see is this structure point here. Now, if you look at this whole structure here, you see that this was a higher low, right? This was a higher low too. So higher low, higher high. Then we did all this down. Higher low, push all the way higher high. So now at this zone, potentially we might see price push all the way up to the zone. Potentially, that is if on Monday we open and we don't just drop. You get? If we want to make a retracement or want to retrace, potentially, yeah, we should see price go all the way up to the zone, right? And once we get a rejection of this zone, that will signify a lower high zone, that this is a lower high zone. And from this lower high zone, we just enter longs, targeting this zone here, this low here, because this low is a potential zone that price might drop to. Like if you go back to the daily time frame here, you see that this is a low, right? You can call it a support zone, right? Or the body is a low. So this low is a zone where potentially we might go all the way down to this zone, right? So now going back to the 4-hour time frame, just like I said, what we are waiting for is just for price to give us that retracement. We are not going to trade retracement, right? We are not trading this retracement. We are just looking for lower high zones to continue riding the trend. And on any trend you are trading, right? You shouldn't trade retracements. You get where price on a bearish trend, where price move from a lower low to a lower high. You shouldn't trade that. I don't think. But if you want to, yeah. But me personally, I don't think you should. You should just focus on trading from lower high zones to lower lows, or from lower high zones to low equal lows. You get, and on a bullish trend, you should just focus on trading from higher low zones to higher high, or from high low zones to equal highs. You get, that's what you should just focus on. So right now, like I said, we are focusing just on lower high zones to either equal lows or lower lows. So from this zone, if we get a retracement, if there is an if you get a retracement, I see this zone as a lower potential lower high zone. Now, if you go to the 2 hour time frame, on the 2 hour time frame, so as long as we don't break above this last lower high zone, right? So that means these holes from here all the way up to this zone are valid lower high zones. So I'm just saying here, but yeah, potentially price might even go all the way up. But I don't think price is going to go up the way up to that zone, or even up the way up to this daily daily zone, which was the last higher low zone, because this ash zone on the daily time frame is the last higher low zone that we had, right? That's why I had a resistance around that zone. So this was the last higher low zone we had. So on the daily time frame. Yeah, so potentially we might even see price go there. But I don't think we're going to retrace all the way to that zone. You get, because we've already had all this price action. Just we trying to make lows and failing. Trying to make lower lows, not lows, lower lows, trying to make lower lows. We fail here, we just make equal lows, sorry, here equal lows here. So we then push all the way down and we are now below this zone. So I think from this zone we should potentially make a new lower low zone. So I don't think we are going to retrace all the way up to this zone, but that does not dismiss the fact that it can happen. You get, it can happen for sure. That could happen, but I see price going. If we are going to retrace, like I said, if we are going to retrace, if we're going to get a retracement, I see this zone as a zone here. So if we push all the way up to this zone and on the 2 hour time frame, we get a rejection candle, a candle that rejects of that zone. Any reversal candle that we get around the zone, right? Reject, then yeah, you should enter and potentially target this new low here, because we should see price go all the way down to this new low here. If we enter that zone, then potentially your SL will be the last lower high zone, because price shouldn't go past that last lower high zone. If we are bearish, you get, price shouldn't go past that last lower high zone. So drown, then you're potentially targeting this last low. You get, now something else we're seeing around this whole price action is that this around this zone where we've been rejecting off of is almost around this psychological zone, which is 5,000. So yeah, these are that 5,000 zone is another zone where price could reject off of or make some type of price action around. So we should keep in mind that this 5K zone, yeah, we should keep it in mind. This 5K zone, we should keep it in mind, because price could react off of that zone, but I don't think price is gonna react off of it that much, because just like I said, I see price potentially making a new lower low. So yeah, we might get a reaction of that zone. But just I'm just saying that just so you keep that in mind. Also, another zone I want you to keep in mind is also this low here. So boom, see that this is also a low, a support zone. Okay, I should take out the horizontal. Let me draw a support around that zone. So boom, this is another zone you have to keep in mind, right? So if maybe you enter, potentially maybe you enter short around, just theoretically, right? Maybe price push all the way on to this zone, all the way up to this zone, right? And we get a rejection and you enter short, and we drop all the way down to this zone, and I get some type of rejection around this zone, right? Price rejecting this zone, then you have for sure you should close out that. So we are getting some type of reaction off of this zone, like price is stalling around this zone. We just on off of it, right? Then close that position, just like you did like this zone here. See our price drop and we just refuse to break below this zone. Yeah, if we get that type of thing around here too, close. Okay, you close your whatever position you are in. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it on as simple as it is on gold. Yeah, we're just waiting for a new lower high zone, and potentially price might just drop like tank. You get another thing we might see, maybe just open and we just drop whatever zone we are dropping. I don't know, maybe here or here or here below it, whatever zone you get. What we still do is we still wait for a lower high zone, and the lower high zone can be anywhere as long as you don't break the last lower high zone. So that's it on gold. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.